Hi, I'm Daniel from the Southwest Florida Real Estate Channel. So a quick thing about inspections here. You want to make sure you get an inspection done when you buy real estate, especially in Florida. You've got a couple of things related to this. Number one, in most states, a city will get involved in a real estate transaction as a way to make sure that their properties are up to code. And so you've got electric and you've got, whatever it is. You've got electric and you've got building and you might have a water system and whatever. Things need to be, if it's up north, you might have a furnace that needs to be updated. So the city gets involved. State of Florida has a statute that says that cities and counties cannot uphold a real estate transaction. In other words, stop it up and get involved by requiring inspections. So, what ends up happening is it becomes all that much more important for the cities. Then what they do is they get involved before they issue building permits. So that's one thing, and before they issue permits for update, redevelopment, whatever. But then the other part of it is that it's really important for your buyer to have a home inspection done. So you got to have a really good home inspector. For a couple $100, you can find out all the issues related to a property. If you've got a good inspector, they may well point out how you're not up to code, even though the city is not allowed to require that the property be up to code. And so that home inspection home inspectors are required to have insurance. They've got liability insurance for what they do. A lot of the really good home inspectors, what they're doing is, they're contractors that have retired or whatever, semi-retired, and they want to do this instead. So the best home inspectors will invite you to go through the property with them, especially first-time home buyers, but anybody. Take you through, show you what's going on with the property so you can actually physically see it. And then you've got a home inspection contingency. Home inspection contingency is an amazing thing. It's really arbitrary. Most contingency addendums are literal protections, like a financing contingency addendum, for example. If you've got a buyer who says, I'm not going to pay more than 3% for 30 years, and they get an interest rate that's 3.1% for 30 years, they can get out of the deal. But that's a literal thing. You can find that. Home inspection is, you could blindfold yourself and, it's like pin a tail on a donkey. You can point at anything on the home inspection and say you don't like it. And so, the home inspection contingency, those contingencies might run for 3, 5, 10 days, whatever the contract says. But during that time period, the buyer's got the right to point out something they found on the home inspection. Then the seller will have the right to either say, I'm going to fix it, I'm not going to fix it, I might fix it, or I'm not going to fix it. And then if we, can't come to an agreement on what to do with the issues the home inspector found, then because of the contingency, the buyer's got the right to get the earnest money back and cancel that deal without any ramifications on their behalf. Or on their part, rather. And so that's it. The other thing is, this ties directly into seller and frankly, our real estate professional liability. So seller liability, the seller is not required to make proper disclosures in the state of Florida. And I'm making a face here because I was trying to see if I was recording, sorry. But the seller's not required, what they're required to disclose is not everything that's true, but rather everything that they know about. So how do you prove that a seller knew about something? Real estate professional, same thing. How do you prove that a real estate professional knew or didn't know about something? So sometimes it's easy to do. You might be able to do that with a